हेलो व्यूअर्स। तो आज हम एक और विटामिन के बारे में बात करेंगे, दैट इज विटामिन B1। तो जहाँ तक ताल्लुक इसके नाम का है, सो दैट पर्टिकुलर विटामिन इज आल्सो नोन एज थायमीन। एंड व्हाट अबाउट द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर विटामिन? दिस विटामिन कंपोज्ड ऑफ two important rings, that is pyrimidine and thiazole. And the structure you can very clearly see on that board, that they are connected with that particular molecule that is known as methylene, and that molecule is also known as methylene bridge, which connect both pyrimidine and thiazole. So this is about the structure of vitamin B1. Now coming to the next point, that is what is the active form of vitamin B1. Active form of vitamin B1. So that active form of vitamin B1 is known as thiamine pyrophosphate. This is the active form of vitamin B1. It is also known as TPP. So हम अब बात करेंगे what are the sources, right? Sources. So as far as the sources of this vitamin B1 is concerned, it is widely distributed in nature. Means we can get from most of the foods in our diet, and the richest source is green leafy vegetables, right? Vegetables, especially green leafy vegetables. It can also be very easily available in animal product, meat and egg, dairy products, right? Polished rice or polished cereals, they both are very poor source of vitamin B1, right? Now coming to the what are the function of vitamin B1. So if anybody asks that you can define vitamin B1 in one sentence, so it is necessary for energy production. Necessary for energy production. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? That without vitamin B1 or TPP, animal cell or human body cannot produce ATP or energy. So now we will see that how it is essential. So for that, if I ask that what is the end product of glycolysis? What is the end product of glycolysis? The end product of glycolysis is pyruvate, right? Then pyruvate has been changed into acetyl coenzyme, right? With the help of pyruvate dehydrogenase complex, which is present in the mitochondria, right? That the glycolysis, the end product of glycolysis is pyruvate, and then pyruvate enter into the mitochondria. That has to be changed into the acetyl coenzyme. For changing of pyruvate into the acetyl coenzyme PDH complex, we need TPP, that is thiamine pyrophosphate, as a coenzyme. जब पायरुवेट एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम में चेंज होता है, उसके लिए हमें पायरुवेट डिहाइड्रोजिनेज कॉम्प्लेक्स की ज़रूरत पड़ती है। इस रिएक्शन को होने के लिए हमें एक कोएंजाइम की ज़रूरत होती है, जिसको हम TPP के नाम से जानते हैं या विटामिन B1. So now you can understand how pivotal role play by the vitamin B1 in the conversion of pyruvate into acetyl coenzyme. क्योंकि अगर हमारे पास एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ही नहीं होगा तो वी कैन नॉट रन एनी Krebs साइकिल, और अगर हमारे पास Krebs साइकिल नहीं होगी सो वी डिडंट गेट इनफ NADH or FADH2 which has to be going into the electron transport chain and ultimately we get ATP. So this is the very important step in which vitamin B1 is required. Now move on to the Krebs cycle. So after this, what happens? It is going into the Krebs cycle, right? Krebs cycle. During Krebs cycle, one of the step in Krebs cycle that the alpha ketoglutarate is changed into succinyl coenzyme, right? I will make another video for full Krebs cycle, right? But today, because we are discussing vitamin B1, I'm just picking one step in the Krebs cycle, that acetyl coenzyme react with oxaloacetate, then it is form citric acid, then citric acid is changed into the isocitrate, then isocitrate is changed into alpha ketoglutarate, and then alpha ketoglutarate changed into the succinyl coenzyme. So as far as the Krebs cycle is concerned, I will make another video separately. When alpha ketoglutarate is changed into the succinyl coenzyme, again this step required TPP. Without vitamin B1, this step cannot be occur. So we can understand that first, pyruvate cannot be changed into acetyl coenzyme without vitamin B1, and even in the Krebs cycle we required the vitamin B1 when alpha ketoglutarate change into the succinyl coenzyme, right? So this is the energy production step of vitamin B1. Now the next step of vitamin B1. We all know that deficiency of vitamin B1 so many nervous system symptoms, right? So we will find out that why it happens actually. So as we all know that pyruvate has to change of pyruvate into the acetyl coenzyme, we need vitamin B1. You have to remember that there is a neurotransmitter known as acetylcholine. There is a neurotransmitter which is known as acetylcholine. So for the formation of acetylcholine, what we required? We required acetyl, right? Acetyl coenzyme for the formation of acetylcholine in the neurons, right? So another function of acetyl coenzyme which is very necessary for our nervous system, that it is required for synthesis of myelin sheath which insulate our neuron or axons specifically. So now you can understand that why it is important in nervous system, right? Now another function of vitamin B1 is that it is one of the essential member, or we can say essential coenzyme in pentose phosphate pathway, right? Now where it is required? So as we all know that during the pentose phosphate pathway, there are two important enzyme take part, that is known as aldolase and transketolase. But aldolase can be function independently, they are not required any coenzyme. On the other hand, transketolase required coenzyme. Which one? That is vitamin B1 or TPP. Matlab that without vitamin B1 or TPP, trans ketolase cannot catalyze the reaction. Now we will see what are the reaction which is done by the trans ketolase and vitamin B1. So I will not go into the detail of pentose phosphate pathway. I will make another video regarding that particular pathway, but I will just pick the reactions which is done by the trans ketolase with the help of vitamin B1. In pentose pathway, from glucose, and then the glucose is changed into the glucose 6 phosphate, and then glucose 6 phosphate into change into ribulose 5 phosphate. Then ribulose 5 phosphate change into xylulose 5 phosphate with the help of ribulose 5 phosphate 3 epimerase, right? After this, it react again with the ribulose 5 phosphate, right? We have a glucose, then glucose change into glucose 6 phosphate, glucose 6 phosphate change into the ribulose 5 phosphate, then ribulose 5 phosphate is changed into xylulose 5 phosphate, and when we have xylulose 5 phosphate, it react with ribulose 5 phosphate with the help of trans ketolase. तो कौन सा एंजाइम यहाँ पर पार्टिसिपेट कर रहा है? ट्रांस ketolase. And what is the property of trans ketolase? Trans ketolase cannot work alone, right? It is depends on the coenzyme, that is TPP. Now you can, if you focus, अगर आप इसको यहाँ देखें तो हमारे पास कितने कार्बन एटम के मॉलिक्यूल हैं? We have 5 here and 5 here. So total कार्बन एटम कितने हो जाएंगे? 10. So after reaction with this, we have glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate and pseudohaptulose 7 phosphate. जब हम पेंटोस फॉस्फेट पाथवे पढ़ेंगे तो हम इसको पूरी जो साइकिल है या ये जो पूरा पाथवे है इसको हम डिटेल में समझेंगे, एक एक स्टेप, कौन कौन से स्टेप पर कौन सा एंजाइम जरूरी है. अभी क्योंकि हम बात कर रहे हैं विटामिन B1 की, तो हम सिर्फ वो रिएक्शन या वो स्टेप्स इंक्लूड कर रहे हैं इस वीडियो में जिसमें कि TPP या विटामिन B1 का काम हो, राइट? जिसमें कि तो हमने पूरा पाथवे यहाँ पर डिस्कस नहीं करना है, ठीक है? इसके अलावा पेंटोस फॉस्फेट पाथवे में ट्रांस कीटोलेज एक और स्टेप में इन्वॉल्व होता है, अब हम उसको भी देखेंगे. सो व्हेन वी हैव राइबुलोज 5 फॉस्फेट चेंजेस इनटू जाइलोज 5 फॉस्फेट. तो पहले क्या होता है? दिस जाइलोज 5 फॉस्फेट रिएक्ट अगेन विद राइबुलोज 5 फॉस्फेट, जो अभी हम देख चुके हैं, ठीक है? अब जो जाइलोज 5 फॉस्फेट होता है वो एक और मॉलिक्यूल इस पेंटोज फॉस्फेट पाथवे में बनता है, उसका नाम है इरिथ्रोज 4 phosphate, right? Erythrose 4 phosphate. Now when these two molecule react again in the presence of trans ketolase, और हमें जैसे मालूम है कि trans ketolase cannot react independently, it require coenzyme TPP. इस रिएक्ट करने के बाद जो हमारे पास दो मॉलिक्यूल बनते हैं वो कौन कौन से बनेंगे? तो अगर आप इस पर फोकस करें, इफ यू फोकस ऑन दीज टू मॉलिक्यूल, हाउ मेनी कार्बन वी हैव? 5 in this and 4 in this, total 9. So one molecule is glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate and the second one is fructose 6 phosphate. So the total number of carbon atom should be remain same. So this is about the function of vitamin B1 in पेंटोस फॉस्फेट पाथवे. अब हम बात करेंगे इसकी डिफिशियंसी के बारे में. व्हाट आर द डिफिशियंसी मैनिफेस्टेशन. जो सबसे कॉमन डिसऑर्डर है इसकी डिफिशियंसी विटामिन B1 की डिफिशियंसी से होता है, वो कौन सा होता है? वो होता है बेरी. राइट. Beri can be classified into 3 types. Number 1 is dry beri. Dry beri को या न्यूराइटिस बेरी भी इसको बोलते हैं. क्यों? Because the most prominent clinical feature in dry beri is peripheral neuropathy. और जैसे कि इसमें ड्राई का वर्ड इंक्लूडेड है, सो वी हैव ए ड्राई स्किन इज वेरी ड्राई. इसके अलावा और कौन कौन से क्लिनिकल फीचर्स हमें मिलेंगे? एनोरेक्सिया, नोजिया, वॉमिटिंग. These are the clinical features of vitamin B1. It is not a severe, it is less severe form. मतलब अगर किसी को ड्राई बेरी है तो उसमें जो डिफिशियंसी है विटामिन B1 की वो इतनी सीवियर नहीं होती है. इसके साथ साथ मस्कुलर वीकनेस भी हमें देखने को मिलता. इसके बाद हम सेकंड फॉर्म ऑफ बेरी को देखेंगे, दैट इज वेट बेरी. राइट. इट इज अ सीवियर फॉर्म ऑफ विटामिन B1 deficiency. In this particular disease, CVS or cardiovascular system is involved with nervous system. Clinical features: pedal edema, palpitation, tachycardia, heart failure, and it may involve both. यानी कि इसमें न्यूराइटिस भी होगा और इसमें जैसे कि ये दोनों सिस्टम इन्वॉल्व हैं तो हमारे पास पेरिफेरल न्यूरोपैथी भी मिलेगी हमें. पेरिफेरल न्यूरोपैथी. इसके साथ और क्या क्या मिलेगा? मस्कुलर वीकनेस, right? If that wet beriberi is not treated, so death may occur. किस तरह से डेथ होगी? बिकॉज ऑफ हार्ट फेलियर. नेक्स्ट फॉर्म ऑफ बेरी इज इन्फेंटाइल बेरी. थर्ड वन इज इन्फेंटाइल बेरी. ये उन न्यूबॉर्न बेबीज में होता है जिनकी मदर विटामिन B1 की डिफिशियंसी से ग्रस्त होते हैं. What are the clinical features in infants? Clinical feature would be abdominal cramp, vomiting, nausea, irritation. इसके अलावा एक और इम्पॉर्टेंट सिंड्रोम इस विटामिन B1 की वजह से ह्यूमंस में पैदा होता है, जिसको हम कहते हैं वर्निक्स कॉर्साकॉफ syndrome. This is also a very important syndrome which is due to the vitamin B1 deficiency. So ये किन लोगों में होता है? It is prominently occur in chronic alcoholics. Now what is the reason behind it? Because when anybody is taking alcohol for a longer duration, complication is that the person is not taking enough food, he is only taking the liquor. So poor intake of food. And the second is malabsorption from intestine. These are the two important factors by which the deficiency occur. Now what are the clinical features of Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome in alcoholics? It is anorexia, mental confusion, ataxia. We do not have enough acetylcholine, so we have muscular weakness, nystagmus. What is a nystagmus? Nystagmus is nothing but oscillatory movement of eyeball in horizontal plane, right? These are the clinical features found in Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. Hope you enjoy today's video about vitamin B1. If you like today's video, so kindly subscribe our channel and like video and share amongst your friends. Until next video, thank you very much. Thanks for watching.